Hey everybody, the new moon solar eclipse, total solar eclipse in Aries is clocking in on Monday, April 8th, in case you weren't aware, but I'm sure you were because this news has been all over. There was even a sign at my local supermarket outside the other day saying, "Have you got your party supplies yet for the eclipse?" Which I thought was rather ironic. Because is this really something we should be celebrating? I don't know about that. Let me share my thoughts on what these energies are doing in the skies, how we can make use of the energies, and we will pull some oracle cards for the collective as we examine the shadow and the light. Stay tuned. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So good to see you here. All right, so this is a total solar eclipse that is happening at 19 degrees Aries. So in case you're not familiar, a total solar eclipse, here's our tarot representations. We have the sun in Aries, and the sun is exalted in Aries, meaning that it has extra amplification and power. But here comes the moon, right? Here it comes, the moon is saying, well, wait a minute. I would like some attention, please. I would like people to focus on me. Although, of course, we do focus on the moon quite extensively every day as we track its movements and how it affects our behaviors and setting intentions by the new and full moons, etc. But the moon is saying, well, wait a minute. I want even more attention. So I'm just going to block out the sun and show who's boss. I am going to come in between the sun and the earth and make it dark if the sun is shining. So this really is very interesting, right? And then, of course, the moon will separate and the sun will come out again tomorrow or a few minutes later. I think this eclipse is lasting a minute and a half, I believe. Some astrologers say that the effects of the eclipse last as long as the duration that you count every minute duration as a year-long time frame. So make of that what you will. So the effects of this particular eclipse may last for about a year and a half. And of course, you want to look to where Aries is in your natal chart for the area of your life that will have the most impact, shall we say, with this particular energy. So we have a lot to unpack with this eclipse. So let's get right into it. Aries is a sign not known for its patience, okay? Especially when they're fired up about something, like they really want to accomplish something. They want to get it done now. They want the information now. Like, let's get on with the show. Can Aries be patient? Yes, they can. They can be, but it's suffering. It can be a suffering. But if they have a sense of the bigger goal in mind and something that will actually speed them up to their destination down the road a little faster, in the interim, they can be patient. Okay, they can be. Do they want to be? No. Okay, but can they be? Yes. So what's interesting, of course, at this eclipse time frame is it's a new moon. It's a supercharged new moon because it's a total solar eclipse. So in the sign of new beginnings. But the problem is that Mercury is retrograde in Aries also. Okay. Also, we have the ruling planet of Aries, Mars, in Pisces, conjunct Saturn. So then, just to add to the fun, we have Chiron also conjuncting the sun and moon at this eclipse. Chiron in Aries. Chiron, the energy, I think he's been upgraded. He used to be called an asteroid. Now, I don't know if he is a dwarf planet, but in any case, he is the energy of the centaur, of the wounded healer. He's also a teacher energy. But it can be about our vulnerabilities and seeing where those are and being conscious of them, being aware how we get triggered. Chiron in Aries can be about the wound of independence, being different in some way, going and forging your own path. And how, of course, striking out on your own can make you feel very vulnerable, right? Because you are a pioneer. You're on this new path nobody else has gone on before. How do you live your own life for yourself? All of these can be wounds or opportunities for healing and growth when Chiron is in Aries. Okay, so we have this new moon solar eclipse in Aries with a Mercury retrograde in Aries, and this Chiron also here. But the light is being obscured by the moon. Now, the moon is interesting, right? In astrology, it can be about our emotions. It's about our home and family. It can represent mother energy, whereas the sun can represent father energy in astrology. Okay, but the moon, especially if we look at it also from a tarot perspective, which is fun to kind of blend modalities and look at archetypes, right, in both. The moon can be about fears, obscurity, things not being crystal clear, being driven by emotional wounds, right? There's the Chiron, emotional fears, things that have not come to the surface, to the light of day for healing. Okay, but that are still kind of in the subconscious, in the dark recesses of our mind, body, and spirit that need to come out so that we can feel it, free it, and heal it, right? So this to me is suggesting at this new moon solar eclipse that we have the opportunity here to take a deep breath and do the thing that Aries does not like to do, which is to pause, slow down, go within, and work through any last bits of a karmic chapter that we have been going through since 2005. Okay, now this is also important too because Mars, Aries ruling planet, is conjunct Saturn in the 12th house, Pisces. Right? So in the last sign of the zodiac, and Pisces is a sign that does deal a lot with karma, right? It's about wrapping up cycles because it's the last in the astrological wheel. So it is about cycles, endings, beginnings, karma, destinies, all of those types of things. And Pisces is an energy of deep soul and deep spirit. And of course, associated with the 12th house. So again, things that may be hidden behind the scenes that are things that, cause some sleepless nights, right? The moon cause us to have fears and doubts. So Mars conjunct Saturn in this 12th house at this new moon solar eclipse, I think is giving us the energy, Mars, the drive, Mars, to look at fears and doubts, Saturn, of the last bits of baggage, 12th house, stuff that has been subconscious, or maybe it's just started to slowly percolate to the surface, but to really, really bring it out to the light of the day and look at it, process it, rethink it, all this Mercury retrograde, rethink it, so that we can create some sort of new destiny for ourselves based on faith over fear, faith in new beginnings, faith in ourselves that we've got this, right? Whatever this journey is that we're all on here together. Okay, but there is some, for want of a better word, maybe some shadow things that will be coming to the surface during this time frame. But they require review. This is the Mercury retrograde in Aries. And releasing them at the full moon in Scorpio. Perfect, right? The full moon in Scorpio happening April 23rd, 24th. Okay. Scorpio, co-ruled by Mars back in the old days, right? Now ruled by Pluto, but back in the old days, ruled by Mars. Scorpio full moon, great time to purge, to release, to transform. Okay, so very interesting energies here to work with. So I know everybody's, like this, wanting to have new beginnings and new growth in their lives. Apologies to my viewers down under, but it is the spring, or it's trying to be the spring up here, right? We're getting lots of storms. Flowers are trying to come out, and it is a classic time of wanting to have new beginnings, and all of this Aries energy that is happening in the skies right now as well. Venus is also going into Aries as of April 5th, and she will be in that sign as well for the eclipse. So wanting to have fresh starts in love and money, fresh starts in our destinies, wherever Aries falls in our natal charts, right? Wanting to sow fresh new seeds. But here's the thing. We've already sown some seeds. The seeds are underground. They are waiting in the dark for the right time to burst into bloom. You can't rush the seeds, right? You cannot rush them. They're under there. You can water them. You can fertilize them. But are you going to fertilize them with your hope, your faith, or are you going to fertilize your seeds with doubt? So we may not have a lot of information with Mercury being retrograde. We may be slightly dealing with some things, navigating some surprise elements. Eclipses can classically bring endings. We know even a new moon solar eclipse can bring an ending. But it is probably not the best time now to be starting brand new things. Now, if something was already set in motion, that's different. Okay, that's a different issue. Okay, but if you're now radically thinking, or not even radically thinking, but you're rethinking your whole life and you're like, okay, you know what? And this is very Aries, right? I'm gonna try that now. I'm just gonna start doing that. That's not the best use of these energies. The better use would be to make sure that your emotions and your ego are fully aligned, that you've cleaned and purged and transformed, as I was saying before, any types of fears and doubts that may have been percolating in your mind and spirit. So I really feel that this new moon solar eclipse season is a time to slow down, to not be Aries hard-headed about speeding timetables along. The universe will give you very clear signs and signals about your new path going forward, and it will close a certain door, it'll open another door. That will become apparent to you. Let's not forget also that we have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction happening this month as well. Before that full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd, 24th, Jupiter-Uranus 19th, 20th, 21st of April. Mercury will still be retrograde then. Mars would be going into Aries on April 30th. And we have a new moon in Taurus on the 7th and 8th of May. And that's a very interesting new moon because it will be at the same degree approximately as the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that's happening on April 20th, as I said. And also Mercury will have gone direct by that time, and Mercury will be on the same degree as, again, by about a degree, as the eclipse degree that we're having April 8th. So timing is everything, as we know. You may see that the more appropriate time to be setting your intentions for these new beginnings and that you will have the clarity will be a few days after that new moon in Taurus. Okay. So in the meanwhile, we are confronted with these planetary energies that may test us a little bit in terms of our own propensity to have faith. Or are we going to just act out of unprocessed shadow material and act impulsively and against our own best interests? We always have choices, right, in how we choose to use energy. And can you also trust in the seeds that you have already sown, the seeds you have already planted, that the strong ones will blossom and grow? It kind of reminds me of when you buy those containers, they're usually this cylinder of mixed seeds, not in the little packets, but the bigger like cylinders, like this big. And you're supposed to spread them out over a wide piece of garden, right? But they're usually like something like mixed wildflowers or something like that. But even though it tells you on the can what the different flowers are, do you really know like what the mix is inside? Like, what if there's more, daisies than some other type of flower? Like it's a surprise after you plant them and you water them and you see what eventually grows and blossoms, right? But you're in the dark, right? The seeds are in the dark container. The seeds go underground in the dark. You're in the dark. You're not sure what's going to bloom, what exact colors may come out. This is kind of where we're at, okay? But you have the faith that something perfect and that's perfectly right for you, that will add beauty, hope, and joy to your world, will eventually make itself known. And yes, it's not always easy to, we kind of in this shadowy place when there may be things popping off here and there and everywhere, unexpected surprises, this news coming in, maybe voices from our past chiming in, recontacting us again, Mercury retrograde, rethinking our choices, rethinking our direction in life, going within, healing some things, facing stuff that we're just tired of dealing with and saying no more. I'm done with this. It's not going to serve me going forward. I mean, all of this it's a lot, right? It is a lot. But the thing is that it is time to just slow down a little bit and trust the process and choose faith over any type of fears that you are having. So I thought what I would do for the collective is pull from 5 different oracle decks that I have here, and they are all related to themes about the light. Okay, let's get an overall energetic message of what we're learning from this April 8th full moon solar eclipse, total solar eclipse in Aries. What does the collective need to know? Let's see. We have halls of learning. Beautiful halls of learning. Spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. Well, this is very appropriate for the Chiron energy. But what I would also say to this is absolutely be attuned to your spirit guides giving you some sort of confirmation about what you are currently learning and processing through. And remember too, to ask your spirit guides and angels for that confirmation, for that information. Ask them for a sign that you will recognize about a particular question that is weighing on your heart right now about, starting some sort of new beginning in the Aries area of your natal chart. Okay. So, but look at this gorgeous, this is beautiful, beautiful energy. It's very spiritual as well. This does look like some sort of cathedral in this card, the cathedral of the spirit. And again, very appropriate for this idea perhaps of choosing faith over fear. Okay, so, but I'm also feeling too, as it says here, great lessons. I think there is important information that will be confirmed to you, that you have passed a test, you have learned a lesson. Right? If you've been working the energies, if you're not afraid, right? Aries is very brave. Aries is a spiritual warrior. Like if you're very brave and you will face what you need to face to heal at this eclipse or finally free it and let it go. Sometimes we've already faced something, but then we're still dwelling in it, right? So it can be something like that. It's maybe you're on the path of more like, I got to free it. Others, they're finally waking up to certain things, right? But there is a great lesson whose karmic chapter you are wrapping up right now. So asking for confirmation of that wrap up could be important. And of course, right, the Earth is a spiritual school. I mean, it's like halls of learning. Earth is a big hall of learning. All right, let's see the next message for the collective here in our decks that we have chosen. And I can't remember the names of all these right now, so. That's why there'll be links in the description. All right, what else for the collective? So we're in the halls of learning. We are asking our spirit guides for confirmation. Okay. Ooh, this is beautiful. I'm trying to get it down there. We have Crystal Kingdom, slowing down, materialism, psychic debris. Oh my God, I am getting chills. Okay. Psychic debris. This is the Pisces. This is the Pisces energy that I was discussing with the Mars conjunct the Saturn. Slowing down, which has been the theme that I've been saying through this whole video, right? Materialism. I think that's very interesting also. Now, to me, it looks like she's pregnant here. This looks like Empress energy, which is associated, as we know, with Taurus and Libra. And we have, of course, Jupiter-Uranus conjunction coming up, as I was saying, which could bring issues of materialism to the forefront of our consciousness. Being in Taurus. Taurus is also the second house of money, security, safety and security needs, food, etc. So, you know, those issues, and with Venus going into Aries, right? Those issues of love and money, what is enough, materialism, are we aligned spiritually with the material goals that we want to pursue? Are we following our purpose? You know, all of these particular things. What seeds have we been planted? I mean, she looks like she's growing a baby. You know, what are we growing in terms of our material goals? And maybe rethinking those things, get the light back on, rethinking those things based on Mercury retrograde also. So very interesting. The Crystal Kingdom. Interesting, we have amethyst in this card. So working with the properties of amethyst. Amethyst is often associated with Pisces. Amethyst is a prosperity stone also. So, but I think the important thing here, again, slowing down, right? And really considering what we are creating for ourselves, and the psychic debris, getting rid of it, which is the Pisces, the Mars conjunct Saturn. You know, Mars conjunct Saturn, I was thinking about this. Saturn can be about the old and the outworn. It can be about things that are old, right? And have served their useful purpose. Maybe they lasted, they endured for quite a while, but now it's time to release them. Mars can be a great energy of purging. So there is this idea, especially in Pisces, of purging and cleansing as well, right? It may just be psychic debris, but it could also be literal things, since the materialism card is here. It says also materialism on the card. Maybe the actual physical things and purging them out that are not necessary around you anymore. So that's another classic thing also to do during a Mercury retrograde, right? Is to reevaluate your space. And is this aligned for your mission going forward? Okay. All right, let's go to the next card deck. This is this deck I do know. This is the Shadow and Light deck. I really like this deck a lot. This for me is the card in our collective heart right now. It's a card in the middle. So let's see what we need to know about the Shadow and Light. All right, let's see what we have. Oh, wow. We have love and we have hurt. Wow. We have two swans. If you can see them here, here's the swans. We have somebody who looks like having a Ten of Swords moment with their head in the beach here in the water. So, yeah, right? Number 7. 7th house, relationships. And also our relationship to ourselves. We just had that full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, which could have brought some relationship issues to the forefront. So are you in the lens? Are you learning lessons about seeing things through the lens of hurt all the time? Are you being encouraged to start seeing things with more love, care, trust, respect, compassion? Are you choosing to treat yourself that way. Right? Chiron in Aries can be a lot about self-love. Right? Aries is often accused of being selfish. And sure, any sign can be selfish, right? Aries, though, to me, it's more often that Aries people, they have an agenda. Like they have things they want to get done, right? They're very like, let's do this. But Aries, if they really care about you, they're not selfish. They will give you their time, their attention, the shirt off their back. Okay? But, you know, we come out of this energy of selflessness, which is the Pisces, and into the energy of the newborn Aries, the very self-referential in a sense, right? Like the newborn babe in the woods, which, you know, the newborn baby, that's the Aries, right? Yeah, they gotta get their needs met. Right? But is that selfish? No, it's also survival. Okay? So it's not wrong to have self-love and self-interest. Okay? So especially those of you who have Chiron in Aries, but we have Chiron conjunct this new moon solar eclipse, right? So choosing to understand the definitions and the differences between self-interest, self-care, selfishness, you know, healing times when we've hurt ourselves because we weren't independent, because we didn't take care of ourselves, right? So and there may be things that you're still processing through depending on what's going on with you in your personal life in terms of relationships and love and hurt. And, you know, maybe this is the time. North Node's also in Aries right now, right? This is maybe the time to focus on giving yourself more of what you're looking out there for, but giving it to yourself first. Okay? So we have a choice here. We have a choice. Are we going to choose the path of self-love, or are we going to stay stuck in hurt and drama? Right? Okay. So interesting. All right. Now we have an Archangel Michael energy. Let's see what he has to say for us. The Sword of Truth. Archangel Michael, very powerful spiritual protector. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, beautiful. Angels of healing are with you. Isn't that gorgeous? A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. And that's so interesting that that's coming right after this love and hurt card. So Chiron for me is a lot about self-esteem, wounds of self-esteem, opportunities to heal our self-esteem and feel better wherever Chiron is in our natal chart. That we are worthy of love. We are worthy of not hurting ourselves and re-perpetuating patterns of perhaps dysfunction from our childhood upbringing or other times in our lives. You know, we are worthy of taking care of ourselves and not re-traumatizing ourselves the way maybe other people traumatized us. All right, so beautiful, healing, blessing your life. This is, I feel, the promise of this energy. This is one of the biggest seeds that is currently in production here. In the shadows, maybe, but it is there and it is going to blossom in the green in Taurus season of this blessing of healing and of the strength to face whatever we need to face right now. Rethink it, heal it, free it, let it go, embrace the new in our lives that is coming and is promised. So, beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Angels of healing are with you. And then let's pull our last one. This is Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. One of my favorites. I like a lot of her. I think I have every deck she has. She's wonderful. All right, let's pull our message of healing. Notice I'm ending with all the flowers blossoming in May. Flowers, big motif going on in this reading. Okay, let's see what we have here. For the collective. Wow. We have fill up your well, retreat, rest, and refuel. So I'm going to pull another one because this is a message that's come out twice now. Okay. This has come out twice. We've had slowing down and look, very similar colors. This is this Mars in Pisces energy. Okay, so fill up your own well, rest, retreat, refuel, water the seeds. I mean, that's what we are talking about here. So they really wanted, the spirit guides really wanted to emphasize that. Okay, let's see what else. But that's an important message about healing too, to fill up yourself. You can't keep pouring the last little drops out of, a cup that's not getting replenished. All right, let's see what else we have. I like one to clearly stick in my hand. Here we go. There you go. Starseed. Seed, again, seeds. Right? Starseed, what lights you up? This is the big question. Right? The starseed. Starseed to me is this energy of life purpose. I mean, I know it means different things to different people. But this is like what lights you up are the things that feed your soul, which is part of your own life's incarnation here, right? That's also usually indicated and promised in your birth chart. I look at your birth chart as like this mandala of, energetic potential. All the transits, all the little things that are showing up in a birth chart are seeds that you can choose to develop or not. Some seeds come easier than others, But this is the question. What lights you up? What feeds your fire, really? Right? That's the Aries too. And notice she's sitting on this rock here in this quiet contemplation. And looks like Jupiter, right? Or Saturn. It's a little, well, this looks like Jupiter. And then we have the rings here, Saturn. Okay, so interesting. So we're getting those motifs coming out. I can't tell if this is Earth she's looking out over, like she's getting ready to incarnate into her new life here as this spirit, as this star seed, or if this looks like an ocean. I mean, everything's a metaphor, all open to interpretation with oracle cards. But that is the fundamental question. You are planting a new seed that will blossom into the next chapter of your life's purpose, right? And life's purpose is an interesting word choice because it's not just about what you do for your work or things like that, but really it's what feeds your soul. What do you really feel like at the end of the day? Like what is going on inside of you that needs fresh energy, that wants to start blossoming and growing in your life? It's going to be different things for different people, right? I mean, I don't talk about myself a lot on this channel, as you probably know, because it's about you and doing readings for you here. But this Aries energy is really activating my third house. This is on my sun. This eclipse is on my sun. The Mars Saturn is on my Venus in Pisces. I just am feeling this pull, third house, my sun in the third house, to get back to something that I feel is the one of the things that really lights up my life, which is my writing. And I've gone through a period where, I've been writing here and there, but I've gone through a period where I haven't been writing as much for various reasons. That's a story I may share another time as to why, but I'm feeling that star seed call in my heart to get back to something that I truly love. Again, Mercury retrograde. You may be revisiting a path you took before, a life purpose you took before that you initialized before, but now something's going to deepen with it or shift, or there's new things that are going to come out of it for you. It's another possibility. And I've been thinking, yeah, I want to get back to that. I want to get back to my writing. There's lots of books I want to write. So, and I'm feeling that call. So it's not maybe also what's lighting you up, but what also call are you hearing from the universe, from your spirit guides, as we were talking before. Slowing down, hearing the communication and the call. Now that you've maybe healed something in your heart about a life purpose you want to pursue, choosing that path with love, because you are ready. You have the strength. You're slowing down and letting your well get filled up with possibility. And you're ready to get on that new path. So, wow, very, very interesting energies. I would love to hear what's going on with you. Where is this energy affecting you? Which house is Aries for you in your chart? Based on this healing journey that we are all on collectively, what is the thing that lights you up? What is the new seed you are going to plant and begin in May, after you have this clarity, after you have these epiphanies, after the universe communicates with signs you will recognize, which door's opening, which door's closing, where are you going? I would love to hear in the comments, all right? So thank you so much for watching. I just decided to do this video a little differently this time. I know I usually break it down by signs and houses and stuff, but I just thought, you know, this is really such a deep personal journey, I think, that this energy is calling us to examine and partake in. This is a big deal. I mean, the fact that this eclipse was written about in the 1970s in the newspapers, the fact that there was, as I said before, a placard outside the supermarket about getting supplies for the party, the fact that, yes, this is happening over the US, but there's all schools being closed and different things happening. You know, this is interesting times that we are living in. And go within, think about some of these things and how they may apply to your life. Have a moment to journal or just sit with yourself, go for a walk, whatever, and see where your healing journey is leading you. See what is revealed over this next month time frame, and you'll know what is the right star seed that you will be planting after the new moon in Taurus. Okay, so I love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.